Back talking Columbia Cougars sports with athletic director and men's basketball coach Bob Burchard, and the Coaches Show here on Mediacom Channel 22. Talking the addition of the 5 new sports to Columbia College. 5 teams: the women's soccer, men's and women's golf, and men's and women's cross country. You're talking a women's head soccer coach, and then 1 golf and 1 cross country coach would be the, as far as head coaches, additions to your staff that you're looking to fill. Would that be correct?
There are going to be multiple additions on Cosmo, and we're still working on the soccer scenario. And that's obviously, since it's a major team sport, then there are different staffing issues we've got to deal with there. And since it's we do have a men's soccer program, that we do have Title IX kind of issues that we have to make sure that we're in an equitable form with both of those programs. The same thing would occur with the addition of both of the others. We are looking to hire a head men's and women's golf coach, and that person will oversee both programs. Same thing would occur with cross country. Again, those positions have been advertised, and I think the thing I've been most happy with at this point is just the level and quality of the applicants that we have. You know, it is really I think a testimony to the quality of Columbia College that people of the caliber applicants we're getting are that excited about having an opportunity to work here.
And the bar is set, as you mentioned in the initial announcement of the press conference at that lunch, that the bar is set for these new sports to come in, hit the ground running, and live up to that expectation of the mantra of We Are CC and what Columbia College is all about on the athletic field, with all current 5 teams in the top 25, volleyball the national runner-up this past year, 3 national championships, so on and so forth.
Well, I think there is a fit. And when we talk about this, you hear in many athletic departments, the term used way. I mean, there's the Butler way,
right.
Or there's, but I think there is some validity to that, Cosmo, into that there is an operation going on right now that really focuses on quality student athletes, quality teaching and coaching, quality performance. And that is not just our athletic department. Right. I think that we are really just a reflection of what's going on across all of our campuses, not only here in Columbia, but across the country. And so we're really focused on what is good fit. Good fit Columbia College people, good fit Columbia College students.
And if you're interested in one of those positions, Bob's office, Southwell Complex, stop by. Get an application. Facilities obviously is a big part of this, with 3 of your current teams playing inside, with the basketball teams obviously at Southwell, and volleyball as well with Coach Washington's team there. Soccer team has our Marvin Owens, and softball right there as well in the complex. Where does the footprint fit for the women's soccer team? Obviously they would use the same field. Would there be any upgrades as far as that goes? And I know there's talk with the science building, possibility of the softball field moving. Golf, where do they play? Cross country. All those things, obviously, again, going back into this study, I'm sure that started in 2008. But what is some of the changes that Cougar fans and folks might see immediately here with the start of soccer, especially?
Cosmo, you either read my to-do list or you just wrote it.
Yeah,
one of the two. But all of those things are in the works right now, and it is a time of change for the college and for us. I think it's very commonly understood that we are in the middle of a very important science initiative at Columbia College. A big part of that initiative is a new science building. That building is going to go where our softball field is currently located. Once that construction starts, right, we're going to have to start looking for options. Our master plan has us keeping a facility on campus. Again, some dominoes are going to have to fall, right, to make that happen. So we might be in a time period where we were having to look at being off campus. We're just going to have to play those cards as they are presented to us. Again, a part of this big science building is just site work that's going to happen around, which will involve the soccer stadium some. We are looking at some amenities to improve that facility. Our intentions are to play both sports, men's and women's soccer, on that field. We feel like it's one of the best in the country in terms of just environment, and certainly right now the playing surface, although we are looking at options for playing surfaces as well.
So not to interrupt, but the possibility of maybe a turf field that would, as far as wear and tear, that would be able to endure both teams and practices and all that would come with that.
I think one of the critical things that you mentioned, Cosmo, is that we are landlocked, and a good portion of that just has to do with play space.
Yeah.
And you know, we service, you know, intercollegiate athletics, but we also service our entire student population. And so having good play space on campus is very important to us. And so all those things are being considered. Golf courses, we have some of the finest golf courses around. Again, that was one of those inbox fill-ups as soon as that was announced. I think we have some area courses that would be very excited to be the home course of the Cougars, and so we'll be working on those issues. One of the really attracting qualities of cross country to me is that it's not facility dependent. Columbia has an amazing running club. We just had a great marathon that was held here this past weekend. You know, so the Columbia running community is very engaged. The other really neat quality I think about cross country is that the majority of their events are cross-divisional, meaning we will be competing in some cross-country events with the University of Missouri, University of Central Missouri, Truman State, as well as our own conference schools. And now they score those meets, you know, by division, but in theory, some of our athletes will be competing against the highest level athletes in the country. And I think that's a very appealing thing in terms of something that cross country could do that our other sports really don't have the opportunity to do. So all these things are in the mix. We're working on them hourly, Cosmo, and I think the thing that it is transformational, and I think people need to understand that this is a big change. It's a big change of how Columbia College athletics has existed over the past 20 years, and I think how exciting change is. I've been so impressed with how engaged the community has been in this process, but our own students as well. You know, I got out of our press conference when we made this announcement and had 4 students waiting for me at my office wanting to know how to sign up for new teams. And that's pretty cool.
That's really cool, yeah, because there's a handful of, obviously, students that come here from St. Louis or Kansas City or different parts of Missouri that maybe played golf in high school or would like to, or figure out how to try out for that team or run cross country, and now they have an opportunity. We'll talk more with Bob Burchard coming up about his honor. What's the exact date here? The 13th of March? I know you got something circled on your calendar. We'll come back and talk with Bob about that event and wrap things up. Edition number 1 of the new season of the Coaches Show, Columbia College Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.